Data has a life cycle. So metadata, data about data, also has a life cycle, and you must understand this life cycle. So let's look at the life cycle, right? Managing metadata is also like managing data itself. It also has a life cycle, right? The first stage in the life cycle of metadata is the capture stage. Yeah, this is where you begin to extract your metadata, right? That extracting your schema details, your tags, today the format to say this is structured, this is unstructured, the relationships directly from the systems, the databases where they are, the data lakes where they are. So capture is the first stage of metadata management lifecycle. The second stage is cataloging. At this stage, the metadata is then stored in a catalog. Think of this as a searchable library. Yeah, as a searchable library that allows you to be able to find the data in a timely manner, to understand what it means, and of course, to be able to trust it. So capture, then you catalog it. The next stage in the life cycle is enrichment. This is where you begin to add business context to your metadata. What does this field mean? Who owns it? What policies apply? This helps to turn your metadata, your technical metadata, for example, into business enabling metadata, right? So you have a schema, you have a column, technical jargons. What does it mean in business terms? Begin to add context to it so that the business can understand it. The next stage after enrichment is publishing, right? Once you have enriched your data, it becomes searchable, and then it becomes useful to the wider organization. Your analysts, your data scientists, even your auditors, they all lie on this layer where it is published. So that's where they will access it from. And then the final stage is then to maintain it, because it's going to be a living document. Just like your smartphones, your iPhone 5, iPhone 6, iPhone 7, iPhone 10, you update them, right? Your metadata also needs to be updated regularly, right? The lineage will change, the definition might change, the owners will change, the stewards will change, the policies change, the standards will change, the approach in which you read, you update, you archive, you delete the data, they will change. Your archiving triggers will change, your retention policies and standards will change. So you need to maintain this going forward. And this is going to be the larger part of your work once you have finished building and you are now in BAU. Any question from anyone?